Hey, John.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm great, great.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, you got back your new album is out on February 11th. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind the new album?
Yeah, sure. The songwriting process began in late 2018 when we were back from touring for our previous album, Enigma Eternal, over Europe. We were on tour with Resol in October and November 2018. So yeah, when we got back, we had already some ideas and we started getting together in our own studio, in underground music studios in Athens. And we started making the arrangements and, we kept inspired from the whole process of, the concerts and everything with the previous album. So everything was on track and, it's like a machine that never stops for us. Yeah, so it was mostly, rehearsing the songs, getting together and listening to the ideas, recording to see what works for us and what doesn't. And we were trying to create a vision to get the wider picture of the whole thing. And it was a very, very nice and I can say intense process. Very, it was very emotionally driven, as maybe you can understand from the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and soon after we started making the pre-production. When the arrangements were complete, we began recording in late 2019. Soon after, as we all know, we were all hit by the pandemic, so the situation changed drastically. But we could not, surrender and let this situation stop us. So we had to adjust to the new reality, recording from home or recording separately, being tested all the time in order to, and okay, it was inevitable that the lockdown made things move a lot slower, but it was also, a challenge. It was another challenge for us, which also gave us more, made us more excited for, okay, things will get better and they are getting better day after day. So this kept us going until the very end. And here we are now releasing the album.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So was there any particular concept that was put behind this album?
There is not a very specific concept with the strict, term of the concept. Our vocalist and the lyricist Marios is always inspired by personal experiences and stuff like that. And the whole album is about the process of getting to find yourself. Like, this is what we describe on the title, Ego Path. It's the path which you have to cross in order to find your ego. And it's not an easy process. It can make you, you might discover things that you might not like. You might end up very selfish and very focused on yourself only, which is not a very healthy reaction. In an effort, while you are in an effort of trying to improve yourself, actually, it's a little bipolar, we can say. And he's always, Marios is always inspired by the, by love, life, death, and dreams, and all this whole situation.
Wonderful, wonderful. And talking about the cover art of the album is something amazingly painted and then amazing, great work, I would say. So how this artwork came into reality and how you guys made it, and what was the theme behind that cover art?
Yes, I will tell you. We are working once again with Travis Smith. We have always admired his works, and he has done the artworks for our two previous albums as well. And this is the third one. Travis is always very interested in getting to know the band's story and what the band is trying to say. So we, after many discussions and many exchanges of emails and stuff like that, we found out this symbolism of the ostrich having its head underground, which gives you a hint of the concept that you have to close to yourself in order to realize, to find your path and your way, and realize everything concerning your existence. But it's not, as we wanted to point, it's not a very easy process. It doesn't come without costs. So that's the story behind it. He was very excited working on it. And you know, for us, it was all, for one more time, it was very nice to see the artwork evolving. You know, he would hit us up with a new draft every now and then, and it was great to see the outcome.
Amazing, amazing. And a few weeks back, you put up an amazing video for Caught in the Web, a great song, great video work, and great artistic thing put behind this video. So can you tell me a bit about the making of this video?
Yeah, sure. We worked this time with a great artist called John Kaimakamis. Some people might know him from, he has done many magnificent works. His latest stuff is some new lyric videos for Silent Skies with Tom England of Evergrey. He does work with Evergrey as well. And he's also the guy behind the camera for the for the Greek metal TV show we have called TV War. So yeah, we will know him for many years now. And we wanted this time, as you know, we are a band that is throughout all these years, we have played numerous shows. So being on stage and performing is our second nature. And you can see that on our previous video clips as well, when we have done in the past. For the first album, it was the video for To Them. And on the second album, it was for the song Silence. And we wanted, because people have seen us perform even either on our videos or on stage. So we wanted something different, something more artistic, to keep people interested and tell a story. Yeah, and we chose this song because it's the only, I guess, it's the only one in the album that has a more positive vibe, because the other songs are way too emotional, and some of them are heavier, darker, and stuff like that. And we chose for these ones to go, you know, with the light.
Amazing.
Yeah, instead of the darkness.
Amazing, amazing. Amazing. And talking about the album, it's a 12 album of pure awesomeness, a great work put behind this album with heavy power, orchestration, and progressive elements involved. So how, as the band, do you think about the outcome of this album?
How was, sorry?
How do you feel about the outcome of the album?
We are, I have to be honest, we feel very happy and blessed in some kind of, because, you know, finding out we are working on this music for so long, we put our soul into it. And it's great to see that when it is finally released, to see the reactions of every one of the people who will listen, and that they can actually get related, because, you know, the vibes of the album and the heaviness and the darkness of the album evolved during the pandemic and during the lockdown, when everyone was very worried about our future. And it's something, I guess, that everyone can relate. And If this is obvious to the listeners, it means that we have, the challenge we had is successful.
Wonderful, wonderful. And how will the touring plan look like for the band?
Right now, we are here in Greece. The situation is improving, so we are started to scheduling some shows in Greece. First of all, in Athens, our hometown, and other Greek cities. And as always, we have always, with every album, we have tried to do at least one European tour and one-offs, festivals and stuff like that. We are open and, trying to book as many shows as possible, because for us, it's the best experience of connecting with the people who like your music. When we are on stage, you can, it gets even more intense. The outcome is even more, makes people get easier related and understand what we are trying to say through our music. So it's a part of our band, of our identity, touring as much as possible. So we do hope that the situation will improve and we will play many, many good shows for this album.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the formation history goes back to 2008. So how has the road been for you guys so far?
Sorry?
How has the musical journey been for you so far?
It's a roller coaster, really, with its ups and downs. We have many moments to remember made us truly happy and proud, playing some very big shows, sharing the stage with bands that we love and admire since our childhood. And the most important is getting more and more people to like our music. This was always a gift for us. Yeah, and of course you can understand that since it's not our main activity, we all have our families, our jobs and everything. There are more and more scheduled conflicts time after time, but we are here and we are strong and we are not giving up. So we always make it work. We always make it work one way or another.
Amazing.
And it's great.
Totally amazing. And I would like to know how the name really came up, The Silent Wedding.
The founders of the band, our guitarist Jimmy and vocalist Marios, have been playing together for many, many years, even before The Silent Wedding, with other Greek bands. And when they started this project, which was for the first time with English lyrics and actual heavy metal music, there were so many different elements coming up, because it was always, The Silent Wedding has always been about teamwork. So everyone will bring his own influences, his own vibes and inspirations, and you'll get a combination that is unique every time. And for every period of the band, there is a character that is very, unique, just because we leave nothing outside. What is inspired, what makes us inspired, we keep it and we put it in our music, and you have the results that you have through all these years on our discography. So on a discussion, when the guys were trying to find the name, that was back in 2008, before I joined the band, these many different elements, they described them and as a very unique and silent agreement. It's the word agreement mostly than the wedding, with the actual meaning of it. So this is what they were trying to describe with this name.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. And what made Silent Wedding stand out is your genuineness and something different from all the other metal bands out there. So you guys are totally different, and you guys put different elements into the band, different kind of music, and you put everything together and makes it outstanding. So how do you feel about the music that you've been creating so far?
I'm very, very happy. When every time we complete a new album, we look back and it's somehow connected. Like it's our own story through these three full-length albums that we have, and our first EP, of course, which was released back in 2008. It's something we have a tradition. When we started the second album, Enigma Eternal, we had the 10 songs which make the album, and we wanted to create an introduction, an album intro and an outro. So the intro of the album the music was taken from the first album's last song, which was called In Vitro. So we rearranged it, made it, we took the lyrics, the melody and everything and changed it a lot. So you can, when the first album, Living Experiments, ends with the song In Vitro, Enigma Eternal starts reminding you of the past. And that's what we did once again for this album. The intro of Ecopath is called The Eternal Enigma, and the music is from our previous album, last song, Silence, which is also the video clip. We also have the lyrics and everything, and it gets connected. So it's very fun if you listen to the 3 albums in a row, if you have a lot of free time to do that. It's actually one story. It's actually one story that goes on, and will go on probably on the 4th album as well.
Amazing. Amazing. And would you like to share some of the great moments that you had over the years?
Yeah, for us it has always been, music is apart from expression, is also a never-ending learning process for us. That's what we believe. Every concert you play is a school, is a lesson for you. So we do remember, I can say, way too many moments, but okay, some highlights would be playing on a very, very big club for the first time here in Athens. We were opening for the show of Fate's Warning, which we admire a lot, and we'll never forget this experience. And soon after, another dream came true when we opened for Saxon on that first album, on Living Experiments tour. Our first shows are outside Greece. Were super important and very pleasant memories. Like when we played for the first time 10 years ago with Maiden United in the Netherlands. Soon after the first European tour with Threshold, it was an experience of a lifetime for us. Many moments. I can keep going and going like forever.
Wonderful, wonderful. And would you be doing more experimentation and more collaboration in the future?
Yeah, we certainly want to do that again. We had on our previous album the vocalist of Evergrey Tom Englund on our song called A Dream of Choices. On our first album, we had a great vocalist, also from Greece, Iliana Tsakirakis. She's a great soprano from the band Enemy of Reality, in case you are familiar. It's something that we always like to do. And this album, for this album, we did not, because for one time we felt that we have to be completely on our own, just because of the lockdown situation. It's not that we could not do it. Like we could email a vocalist or someone and get a collaboration through the internet. But this process that made us turn to ourselves, like the album describes. So it is a bit more personal, and we wanted to keep it that way. But yeah, in the future, it's always a pleasure when you invite a musician, because you get refreshed and re-inspired from the process.
Wonderful.
So we love doing that, and we will in the future as well, certainly.
Amazing, amazing. And finally, what would be the message to the fans of the Silent Wedding around the world?
Enjoy the music. First of all, this is the most important thing for us. We hope that, as we have already been told for this album, and it's the biggest gift, the most pleasant thing you can listen for your work, that for some people it's already an album that is a life companion, a soundtrack that they will keep for a very, very long time. We do hope that this will happen for many, many fans around the world. And we do hope that we will see everyone on the road as soon as possible.
Wonderful, wonderful. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to have this interview with you. It was a real pleasure to meet you here and to know more about the band. And thanks for giving us another amazing album this year and for doing great music over the years. It's a real pleasure to listen to the music that you've been creating. And thanks again for that. And hopefully to see you in the road real soon, John.
I do hope so as well. Until then, rock on.
Rock on. And take care, John. And you have a great day out there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We will be in touch. Bye.
Yeah, bye.